Hello, everybody. This is Mark Fortin, Chairman, Macomb County Republican Party. It's about 4:45 on the 14th of October. We got a few things to talk about today. First of all, I'd like to talk a little bit about the election. In the last video, I mentioned two proposals, but I want you to, we'll talk about that in a minute. I want you to think about the early voting and absentee voting for November 5th. I plan on early voting. Many of you know that I do not like the idea of absentee, never have, and I didn't like the idea of changing this multi-day thing. However, it was pointed out to me what happened in Arizona in 2020, how Maricopa County Republicans tend to vote on election day, and Maricopa County had nothing but trouble with their machines on election day, where mostly Republicans come out to vote. So I'm starting to think about it, and here we are in Michigan with weather the way it is. Maybe we should think in terms of going in and getting our vote early, because we don't know what may happen on election day in America today, the way things are. So I think early voting is a good idea. If you vote absentee, I think it's best not to mail it back, but you take it right to the township or city you live in and put it in the box in the township or city in which you live. I know there are people too talking about other things like get an absentee ballot, take it with you on election day, and that kind of thing to make sure no one else has used it. I'm not sure about the details of that. I haven't really been too busy to dig into the pros and cons of it, but I think I am going to personally vote in person early. So I would suggest that. Also, you will notice when you do your ballot, you'll notice, don't forget on the back is important because you have the nonpartisan votes in the back. So you'll see on your screen here who we suggest based upon what people have been telling us. I mean, the judges are very difficult. However, I know that Andrew Fink and O'Grady are really good. They were selected at convention by the party itself, and Matthew Ackerman is very good. And we're going by information a lot of people tell us because there's so little to know about the judges and how they are. But don't forget the proposals also. I just mentioned earlier, we have two proposals we're urging you to vote no on. You vote your conscience, you vote the way you want, but we're urging people to vote no on the 9/11 tax. Macomb County has got plenty of money and plenty of departments. They're creating new departments all the time, and they're all well funded. And if this is that important, which indeed it is, they have money. And why should we tax ourselves for the 9/11 system when the county has plenty of money to pay for it? There's just never-ending taxation. Again, we have a majority of Republicans in Macomb County for 4 years now, and I don't think we've reduced any tax whatsoever anywhere yet. And Republicans are for balanced budgets and low taxes. The other proposal then is worse, naturally, because that sets up a commission whereby they are going to change our home rule status, which is not good, and create another body that can be involved in property and that type of thing. We went over it in the last video. So we're urging a no vote on both of them. Now, the volunteers, we are, excuse me, I'm sorry, we're packing every day at the office. 11 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. And people have been coming in today. We had quite a crew in here packing. We've got about 3,000 more as the goal, which we're easily going to do if people continue to come in the way they are. But all week long, if convenient for you, an hour, 2 hours, all day, whatever you want to do to help pack the material for the door-to-door people. It's very, very important. Walking, individuals can do anytime. There's a clipboard. You can tell us where you're going to go, what precinct you're going to do, how many pieces you need, and we log all that so that we're not hitting the same precinct twice. So you can do that anytime. However, as a group on Saturday, we try to get as many people together as a group and go out on Saturday. The next one is October 19th, actually. Again, today is the 14th. Now, the last thing I'd like to talk about is the events. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'll do them in order of their appearance, so to speak. But the Trump Rally 2024 is tomorrow evening, which will be the 15th. and that is at, I'm sorry, that is, I don't have that. What did I do with it? I wrote it out.
It's at the Imperial House.
Yes, the Imperial House in Clinton Township. And you can register for that at TrumpUnity24.com. You can register. It's free also. It's showing up there on your screen. But the address and everything will be at TrumpUnity24.com /Detroit. And that is tomorrow night. Also tomorrow night is, the next day, I'm sorry, forgive me. There's so many events, I'm getting confused here. The next day is the Albanian American Trump Unity event. That also is free. So you really need to support these things and come out. I know there's a lot of activity, but we'll only have a couple of days till the election left. But this is a great event. It's got Kimberly Guilfoyle and Richard Grinnell, Ambassador Grinnell, and it's going to be a great event. It's put on by our Albanian community. It's totally free, and it too is at the same location, Imperial House. So that will be on the day after tomorrow, Wednesday. Then we have last night. That's where I got confused. Tomorrow there's two events. The De Boyer event is the same night as the Unity event put on by Trump Unity 2024. Jay De Boyer is a great rep. He's got a great record, a great voting record. He's been very supportive of the county party. He supported our Lincoln Day dinner when most of them were boycotting it. Without question, he's got a great voting record. He's a great guy. He's got a fundraiser. I got a couple tickets today, and it's at Michigan Meadows Golf Course, and that is tomorrow night, Tuesday, October 15th, 6:30 to 9, as you can see on the screen. Jay De Boyer is a great state rep. He's doing more and more all the time. I think he's possible a future speaker someday. He's really a great guy. He votes right too. Then after that, I mentioned the Albanian thing the next day. And now on the 17th, we have a wine tasting fundraiser event for Terry McCoskey. And that is right here by the office. It's at Filippo Mark Winery. And that's on October 17th, 6:30 to 9. This one, there is a fee for. It's a fundraiser. It's $42. And it's wine tasting, cheese and crackers and all that. It's going to be a great event at a great place. So please consider that. The last event I want to talk about is Jason Jones. This is an event we're putting on. This is October 22nd, Protecting Our Homeland. That's at Shelby Gardens. And Shelby Gardens is where we have our monthly meeting and our conventions and that type of thing. It's a great place. And that's a dinner. And so there will be food there. It's a dinner, and it's only $20. We really want people to come out and listen to Jason Jones. So we're not going to be making much on this, but we do need people out there. It'll be a great event where we're going to learn a whole lot. He's an expert in this area. So now that is October 22, which is next week. I'm sorry. All the previous events are all this week on top of each other. This one here is October 22nd, Protecting Our Homeland at Shelby Gardens for $20. And please, if you can, those of you that can, pay by going online or doing a check so it goes in a campaign fund that we can use for candidates. We want to help school board members, that type of thing, if we can. But naturally, it doesn't matter. Any way you want to pay is fine. So that is pretty much it for today. I'm sorry it's kind of rushed. I didn't want it to be long. But we hope you can attend these events. They're all very important. Again, keep praying for our country. Pray for our children and pray for this next few weeks, because we're going to decide if the American experiment continues beyond November 5th. Thank you very much. God bless all of you.